This is my Prezi and Forms of Assessment for the Teach Now program for Module 5, Unit 3, Activity 1. The standard that I chose to look at is the Florida State Standard for elementary school kids for language arts class. So this standard says that it is used to demonstrate command of the conventions of standard English, capitalization, punctuation, and spelling when writing. You can find more information for this standard or for other standards for the state of Florida under this website right here. So for this lesson, the lesson objectives are that the students will be able to recognize the ending, punctuations, and the 4 different types of sentences, which are the declarative, interrogative, imperative, and exclamatory sentences. So what is a formative assessment? It is a kind of testing that ranges from formal and informal assessment procedures used by teachers during the learning process in order to adjust teaching and learning activities to improve student education. So it is a kind of test or activity that the teacher may give the students maybe daily or perhaps weekly just to check how much their students understand or if they are grasping the lesson. One way to assess this is called the hand and pass out, which you can find over here on the reference link. In the hand and pass out, the teacher gives the students random sentences, including the 4 different types of sentences that were studied, which are going to be the declarative, interrogative, imperative, and exclamatory sentences. Then the teacher will ask them to write down what kind of sentences they were with correct punctuations on a notebook paper and tell the students to not write their name, so it's going to be anonymous. Then the students can hand in their papers and the teacher mixes them up and then gives them back to students randomly. The students get to check each other's work, and then the teacher takes a poll about how many questions were answered correctly. This way the teacher can check if the majority of the students understand or if they don't understand or where they are in terms of understanding for this lesson. A differentiated task could be scaffolding, so get the lower students first to write down only the correct punctuation without having to write what type of sentence it is. Once they get a grasp of what is a interrogative sentence that ends with a question mark, or a declarative sentence that ends with a period, or the other types of sentences, then they can incorporate what the other students are doing, which is write the correct punctuation and also write next to it what type of sentence it is. Another assessment that you can find on the reference over here is a thumbs up, middle, or down. In this assessment, after you do the lesson, you get the students to put their head down so nobody can see other students' responses, because oftentimes the students get really embarrassed to admit that they might not know something. So you ask them if they understand the concept of the 4 sentences. Now, if they think they understood, they will put their thumbs up. If they are not sure, they will put their thumbs in the middle. And if they don't understand, they should put their thumbs down. This way, anonymously and comfortably, the students can honestly say how they feel about the lesson, and the teacher can know if they need to do more practice on it or move on. The third assessment I chose is one using technology. If the students all have some sort of tablet device or smartphones that they can use in their classroom, the teachers can the students can log into the teacher's virtual Socrative classroom, and the teachers will already have the pre-made questions for the students to respond to. And from there, the teacher can have a poll and see how the students feel, if they understood or not, and if they can continue to move on to the next lesson, or if they need more practice on the same lesson. So, my rationale for assessment number 1 is, well, the reason I chose this formative assessment is because it's anonymous, and some students have a hard time admitting that they don't know, or in some cases may not be aware that they don't fully grasp the concept. Once the answers are checked, the teacher will have a clear idea of how many students understood. The rationale for the second assessment was pretty similar to the first one. I liked the fact that it is anonymous, and this one does not waste a lot of class time. You know, students just quickly put their heads down and they can just give a thumbs up, middle, or down to check their understanding. And they can be honest with their opinions as they know that their peers won't be looking. It's only for the teacher to know. And the rationale for choosing assessment 3 was that this one uses technology and it could save time, as the teacher will have pre-written the questions on Socrates, and the students can, you know, easily just read the question and answer the poll questions. And this tool is also very, very flexible. Overall, formative assessments can be a way to daily check students' understandings. There are various ways to do this, which can help the students not to fall behind by letting the teacher know which student needs extra help. Therefore, the educator can use differentiated instruction or just tweak the lesson accordingly. It is a great way to check student understanding daily without having them fall behind and have them all on the same page. Thank you for watching.